Hey, wants this to be a comparison between the 2017 and the 2019 Amazon Fire 7s. So I'm going to go through some specs real fast here, but while we do that, we're going to turn them both on. So power buttons are both on the top, so we just push them in, of course, and let go. So again, 2017 or 2019 is here. This one's in 2017. So 2019 just came out a few days ago. And then I got some specs off of Amazon's own website. So both these have a 1024 by 600 or 171 ppi and an IPS screen. Both of them are quad core 1.3 gigahertz with 1 gigabyte of RAM. The 2017, and you see there the 2019 is already up and running. 2017 is still thinking about it. So it is a little bit faster here. Actually, decent amount faster turned on. So 2017 weighs 10.4 ounces, whereas the 2019 now only weighs 10.1 ounce. So it lost a little bit of weight. The 2017 could come in either 8 or 16 gigabyte, whereas now you have 16 or 32 gigabyte on the 2019 model. So it's double the storage. Let me see here. This actually loads a bit more faster than 19 does, so it's a little bit weird. Yes, you have 8 or 16, and then the 2019 now has 16 or 32. On the 2017, it was $50 or $70 for the 8 or 16 gigabyte, and now 2019 is now still $50 or $70. Again, you're just doubling your storage space. So for $50 now you're getting 16 gigabytes, and then for $70 you're getting 32, which is pretty nice. And now you do lose about 5 gigabytes to the software that is already included on these devices. So keep that in mind. Micro SD card has been changed a little bit. So both of them do take micro SDs. Just the new one takes now up to 512. The old one was only 256. So pretty much double again of what you can use on a micro SD card for it. 2017 was supposed to last 8 hours. Whereas now 2019 is only about 7 hours. So for some reason, they lost about an hour of use time with the new model. But now the 2017 took about 6 hours to charge, whereas the new one is supposed to take only about 4 hours to charge. So that's pretty nice. Camera-wise, both of them are very bad. I wouldn't use either. But the 2017 has a VGA front, 2 megapixel back HD camera. And the 2019 has a 2 megapixel front and back camera with 720p video recording. 2017 came in 4 colors, just like the 2019. But for 2017, you had black, marine blue, punch red, or canary yellow. And then for 2019, the new ones, you have black, twilight blue, which is actually what I have. I'll show you that in a second. Plum, and then sage. That is the blue. And my 17 is just black. So now I'll show off a little bit of the software or hardware differences here. Or show off, yeah. So both of them do have the front-facing cameras. On the top, it is pretty much all the same. So you have your volume rocker, you have your headphone jack, you have your mic, your micro USB for charging and whatnot, and then you have your power. Obviously, on the blue, the buttons are blue as well. I'm not sure if the 2017, depending on what color you got, if they were the same as well. Because again, mine's just black. On the side here, so this is a big change. Now you have the speaker on the left side of the device, whereas on the old one, it was on the back, which meant it was facing away from you instead of being, well, upward or to the side of you. So it should make it sound a bit better. Should be able to hear it better. Bottom of them have nothing. Side has the micro SD slots. Again, the back of the 17, you have the speaker. 19, you do not. You do have your camera here. And then this is a little bit different. So 19 just has a big smiley face, whereas the 17 has a smaller smiley face, but then it says Amazon, as you can see there. Now I will say that I also have, I want to mention this real fast. If you guys do have the 17 and you have one of these Amazon cases, the 19 will fit in it. Just remember, here is your speaker slit, since the 17 had it in the back, which means your speaker is going to be going into this hard plastic. So it might not sound as good. It might be muffled. One more thing I want to mention is when I bought mine from Best Buy for $50. They had the 17 models still there, and they were $40. They're $10 cheaper. I think I would just go with the new one just because it's new. Alright, so I'm going to turn up the brightness all the way here. So both of these are up to the newest update, as you can see here. So I just did a check again. I did it yesterday. I updated them both. So the new one has Fire OS 6.3.1.2. The 17 only has 5.6.4.0. So they are on different yeah, they're a little bit different on the system updates. But they are both up to date for what they are. Get rid of everything there. So what we're going to do is we'll go onto the internet. I'm going to use the Silk browser for both. That's what they come with. I have downloaded, I just want to show this off. I downloaded YouTube on both. I have cars.com, and then I also have Temple Run. So I'm going to be showing off the YouTube app. I'll show off Temple Run, and we'll do some online browsing stuff here. So just want to point out again, this one's the 17, this one is the 19. And then here is, so I'm on the Silk browser. I'm going to delete the history on both of these. So you all see that. Do from all time. And we'll clear out the data. And clear. So again, this is on the Silk browser. Alright, see how fast that was on this guy. Now this one does have a bit more stuff it has to erase, since I've had it for longer. While that is doing its thing, I just wanted to also say that I have downloaded both the Google Play Store on both of these. If you wanted to do it, all you have to do is Google how to download the Google Play Store. It takes like 95 minutes to do. Super easy. So now I would highly recommend doing that. Otherwise, you are stuck with Amazon's App Store, which to me just isn't as good. I mean, it still has some good stuff on there, just not as much as the Google Play Store, of course. Alright, so first we'll go to Google on both of these. Alright, 1, 2, 3. So far now I spelled Google correctly on there. Alright, let's go to Bing. Sorry about that, guys. I was like, why is it taking so much longer? Alright, make sure you spell it correctly. And you see the new one's a little bit faster. Now these are just $50 devices, so most likely people are not going to be doing anything too crazy on here. I mean, you can play some basic games, do basic web browsing. Just remember, it only has 1 GB of memory. What that means, and 1 GB RAM. So what that means is you're not going to be able to multitask all that well. So you're trying to go from app to app to app to app. This is not going to be able to. It'll be able to do it, but it won't be able to keep everything loaded for you. 1, 2, 3. So if you want to go from like here onto like a game, it might restart one of the might reset the game on you, or might reset whatever you're doing here, or reload it on you. So see, the new one is a little bit faster again. So Pokemon, so new Pokemon Sword and Shield. What they say? I think it says not coming out in November, which is pretty sweet. All right. Go to Pokédex. I'm sorry, I still like Pokemon. And I think it's a good website to show off how well devices work, because they're pretty. It's a pretty graphic intensive website, and they're both pretty smooth. And you see a little bit faster. One thing I would like to show or say, I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the video. It's very, it's kind of hard to notice unless you have them next to each other. But the new one is a little bit more white than the old one. This actually has a little bit of a, I don't know what color to call that. It just looks a little bit different. Maybe a little bit of a yellow orangish hue to it. This one looks a bit more yellow. Again, both of them look pretty dang good though. Whoops, too far up. Gotta be careful on where you actually hit on this web page. There we go. So you see it does that all just fine. Whoops, I hit something else on accident. So let's go back to Google and actually type in Google this time. In 2017, for some reason, it's having a hard time. Sometimes I'll have a hiccup like that. There we go. One of those weird little things. Alright, so I'm just going to Google search Pokemon Sword and Shield. There you go. Some about PETA there. So kind of interesting. This one actually shows off a little bit more. See this one. See the Google is up here, where Google is up top. So that's kind of interesting. All right. So we are going to hit one of these. All right, let's hit this guy. Let's see. And again, the 2019 wins by a little bit. Nothing too crazy. There we go. So as you see, this one did not load in these pictures nowhere near as fast. Whoops. So there you go. There's some Google browsing. And both of these devices do have Alexa built into them. So you can use her if you wish. Alright, now we'll show off a little bit of gaming here. So it's going to start up Temple Run. So 1, 2, 3. See, the new one loads faster. And we'll play a little bit here. And a game like this is very much playable on either device. As long as you're actually paying enough attention to it. a short little thing there, so you can see they both work just fine. Again, the new one just loads a little bit faster, especially on a game like that. So one difference too here, I keep meaning to show this off. So you're in an app, then you hit that. You can see the new one is bigger, and the old one is smaller here. All right, now we're going to go into YouTube. And of course, it wants me to update it. And we're going to search for nature on YouTube. So again, new one wins, actually by a decent amount. I'm going to turn down both the volumes real fast. And we'll just hit this first one. And of course, one gets an ad and the other one doesn't. And we'll try to skip ahead here. Hopefully, we won't get another video or another ad, excuse me. If they will cooperate. Not to the same exact point. And of course, that one gets an ad. It's just kind of how YouTube is, I guess, right? Trying to do something and you get an ad for it. Okay, let's get backwards. Yes, they're both just fine. I wouldn't really call either of them slow. They're not crazy fast, but they really aren't that slow, especially for it being a $50 device. See, it only let me do it in 360 for some reason. Not actually sure why that is. Thought it should let me do it in, there we go. Yeah. Alright, now we'll do volume here.
When daylight starts
So that's a new one.
A giant shadow of doom from the underworld fills the sky. Clouds of thousands upon thousands of bats emerge from the cave.
And then we'll do old one. So again, new one has the speaker on the side. Old one has it underneath.
A civet, or as it's also called, a toddy cat. A snake, a peninsula viper.
So they're both just fine in volume. Just this one, I mean, depending on how you have them set up, this one will be, it's just probably easier to hear just because the speaker's on the side and not on the back. So if you have this along the table or I have it onto the floor, it's just going to be harder to hear it. This is kind of how it is. And again, you can of course read through the comments on both of these if you wish. They both work just fine for it. I think the 2019 is a little bit less laggy, but both of them are definitely doable. I wouldn't say it's horrible on either of these. Again, remember, you're only spending $50 on this tablet. You're not spending hundreds on it. So it's something you do have to take into account here. Now, if you do want to take these to like the grocery store, so you made up a grocery list on them, because again, they are only 7-inch tablets. so they might actually fit in some pockets, especially jacket pockets, stuff like that. They do come with a document app on them. See right here and right here. And of course, of course, you can download other apps as well for this. Then you can just create a new one. And you got document, spreadsheet, or presentation. And then you can type away. So you make like a grocery list. Really cool about these too, just like like my phone has this too on Android, is you can do the swiping. So it does work on these devices as well. Which is super nice because the keyboard on screen is a little bit small. Now, if you want to actually type up like a book or a book report or something like that, you can also buy a Bluetooth keyboard and type on that as well. So go through the Bluetooth, which is quite nice. So you can do different documents on here. Now, being these are Amazon devices, they do come with the different Amazon apps. You have, again, Silk is Amazon's web browser. Then you have the App Store. You have your Prime Video, your Prime or Amazon Free Time, your books, the Kindle books. You have Audible. You have Kindle Newsstand, Amazon Photos, Amazon Games, Amazon Alexa, who does work quite well. You have Goodreads, Amazon Offers. So you get quite a bit of Amazon stuff. Now I know some people will be reading on these. So I'll show off books. So you see the new one definitely does do this faster. Alright, so now I have the 17 on top and the new one on the bottom, the 19 on bottom. So open this. I do not believe I've opened this on any device. Come on, there we go. Show how fast both these download. And open. So new one is a little bit faster, but not that much. So this again, I can tell. I don't know if you guys can probably not tell this from this video. The new one is actually a little bit brighter, and it's also a little bit more white. I mean, again, neither of these are bad. Just this one is just a little bit more white, and just a little bit more bright. Just putting it out there, I guess. So of course, flip through the pages. You know, I mean, it works just fine. I'm sure we can hit something on here and it'll go to it. So I mean, books, these work just fine. Of course, you can change your font. You can do anything you can do on the normal Amazon app, book app, Kindle app, and they work both just fine. Now, personally, I have a Kindle Paperwhite, so that's what I use for my reading. But you know, for $50, this is actually cheaper than what those are. Those are what, 100 and some bucks for the Paperwhites, and you get actual apps and everything else for $50, and more memory, more storage, and actually more RAM too, I believe. For pretty much half the price, this actually might be a very good option if you just want to do some e-reading. Alright, yeah, so that was just what I personally use my own devices for comparison of these two devices. So again, you have the old one, then you have the new one. So again, old one was $50 or $70, depending on how much storage you got, and the new one is the same. It's just now you get double the storage for the same amount of money. And then the new one also now has the newest software update, which you can apparently not get on the old one for some reason. I mean, these are pretty much just basic tablets. You're talking about $50. They're 7 inches. Of course, because of that size, they're very easy to take with you, especially when you want to go on vacation or something like that, or you can just stick in your pocket and go to the grocery store. I mean, they're not that much smaller or much bigger than some phones are these days. So So for $50, I think these are great options. I mean, they're personally, I love Amazon tablets. For the price, what you get is a really good deal. Compared to other brands, yeah, you could be spending 2-3 times the money. And if you're just doing basic stuff like I showed off here, to me, the Amazon tablets are pretty much hard to beat, unless you are multitasking, because they're not very good at that. Going from app to app to app, just because they refresh and reset the apps. But again, for $50, I would highly recommend really either of these tablets. Again, Best Buy by me had the old one down to $40. New one is $50. I would, if you were just going to go out and buy a new tablet and you did not have either of these, so say you did not have the 2017 already, and you went to the store and you saw this one for $10 cheaper than the new one, I would go ahead and buy the new one for that extra $10. Now, if you already have the 2017, it might be a little bit harder to spend the extra $50 unless you just want something that's that much faster, just a tiny bit faster. Personally, I am going to be keeping the 2019, and I might sell my 17. I'm not sure. I might just keep them both. But if you have the extra $50 just lying around and you wouldn't mind getting an extra or a new tablet, and you already have the 17, and you've had it for 2 years now, I'd probably say go ahead and buy for $50, buy the new one. But I mean, if you're still very happy with your 17, I would say there's really no reason to buy the 19. So pretty much just buy it if you have the extra cash lying around. It is faster, as you saw, but it's not that much faster. Really, to be spending extra $50 if you don't need to. Now, compared to other tablets in this price range, these are probably going to be a heck of a lot better. As Amazon does seem to make decent products. All of the tablets I've had from them have been really good. I've had no issues, and I've had whole bunch. I have a 2016 8-inch one that I still use, the HD8 from 2016. I still use that thing. It has had no issues whatsoever. And I have a 2017, the 10-inch one. That one's a little bit buggy at times, but really nothing too major. And this guy, again, I've had for about 2 years now, the 2017. I've had really no issues with it. Before this, I had the 2016 or 2015, whatever the model was before that of this. Again, I had no issues with it. Just for going from that one to this one, there was a decent update. Now, if you do have the version before this one, again, I can't remember if that was a 15 or a 16. I would definitely recommend getting the 19 then. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the 19 is a very nice tablet, especially for $50, as long as you're not trying to do anything too hardcore on your tablet, such as run heavy games or something like that. For a basic tablet that can pretty much fit anywhere, I highly recommend this for $50. And again, if you do have an old case, it does fit in just fine, as I can show off here. It just, again, remember that your speaker is not going to be going into the side. So, alright guys, I will stop rambling on now. Thank you all very much for watching, especially if you stayed through to this part. Hope this was somewhat helpful. Have any comments, questions, whatever, just leave a comment, and I will try to get back with you guys. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys have a good one. See you all next time. Goodbye.